I was up pretty late last night attending a virtual writers conference that's specifically geared to helping us with like mindset and coaching. And I just wanted to share a few things that I learned last night because it was really mind-opening. One of the things that the presenter talked about was how, as writers, we are conduits to deliver something to the world, and that we have an obligation to overcome self-consciousness and to become, this isn't the word she used, but it was some form of enlightened, some form of a rising consciousness or a greater awareness of doing good, a greater compassion for other people, a less self-centered approach to whatever we're putting out there. I really connected with this because it's something that's been on my mind so much, which is in telling my story, I need to do it in such a way that it is focused on helping other people, but not like in some kind of manipulative way or even in some kind of self-helpish way, but through doing my own work, my own emotional work around my story, my past, things that have happened to me, so that I can see the people in my story with love and hopefully as much forgiveness as I'm capable of, that I can see myself and my own mistakes with compassion as well, so that I can just share my story from like a clean place instead of agendaed, instead of seeking any particular kind of reaction. And I really love this whole idea of doing your own work because I think that if you don't, you end up putting something out in the world that either is going to do one of two things. Either one is very undesirable, and that is to fall completely flat. And anyone that does read it, either it brings them down or it doesn't help them in any way. Or it is so self-serving that it causes harm. Maybe it makes other people angry or triggered or something like that. And that is the exact opposite of what I want to do. So I'm really trying to like investigate and give my heart to God, to let go of any negativity I might be holding on to, so that I can tell my story with truth, but without any fangs in that truth, so that I can share a story of compassion and healing, but also an accurate story. Okay, a couple of other things that came up in this conference that I wanted to share is this idea that you're right where you're supposed to be, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And this is something I teach to therapy clients, but it just really felt good to be on the receiving end of that. To be told that you're here in this writers conference, you're here now drafting your book project, you're here now giving this time specifically to learning, because that is what you're supposed to be doing, because that is the plan for you. This is right where you're supposed to be. And not only that, but you're right on time. You're right on target. You're not behind schedule. You're not, defunct in some way. In fact, I love this idea so much that I actually made a meditation on this theme for my therapy clients a month or two ago. And I'll put a link in the description here because if that's something that you really connect with, you might like this meditation that I made. It's so great. I have so many clients that have loved it. It's this idea that you're right on time. You're right where you need to be. You're not behind. There's a plan for you. It's working perfectly. And that is so important for us in our lives, no matter where we are, to just know it's okay. There's a plan and I'm on track, especially, those of us who struggle with fear and guilt and always feeling like we're behind. So I'll put that link in the description if any of you would like that meditation. Just a couple of last thoughts from this coaching, this writer's coaching that I received last night, is this idea that as writers, we tap into a conduit to deliver something to others. And in doing so, we want to raise our consciousness, our awareness, our level of functioning so that we can help others raise theirs. And it sounds kind of maybe woo-woo, and those weren't even the exact words that the that the presenter used. I just wrote down my impression. I wrote down how I would phrase that. But I've done some reading and some thinking and a lot of, Eastern modalities and energy healing and lots of different styles of spiritual connection in various religions. And there is a pattern here that transcends various religious traditions or historical traditions. It's a very general pattern, and that is the more mature and enlightened you are, the more you're able to show up in such a way that you're, if you want to say it in the energy medicine kind of way, your vibration frequency is raised, and those around you can feel that, and their vibration frequency raises as well. And I think that really connects with the science or the statistic that most of us have heard of, that we are a product of the 5 people closest to us. So those 5 people that are in our inner circle that influence us the most, that is what makes us who we are. So we want those people to be operating at the highest level possible so that we can operate at our highest level. If you put the people into your inner circle that are functioning at a low level, meaning always pissed, angry, breaking down, freaking out, blaming you, causing drama, and they're the ones that are closest to you, it doesn't mean you can't have them in your life at all. We all have people, that family members, friends, whatever, but to have them be like the closest ones in your life, it will stop you from becoming your best if they're the closest ones. So you want those that are the most high functioning or enlightened to be those that you let into that inner sanctum. And that really is just the essence, the idea around what we were learning in this coaching session last night, which is we want to, again, these are not her words, but vibrate at the highest frequency, become the most enlightened, let off the most baggage, forgive, be filled with charity, let go, become emotionally mature, like whatever concept title you want to give to it. That's where we really want to rise to as writers, so that whatever we are delivering to the readers, we can actually help them vibrate at a higher frequency, so to speak, or overcome in a way that they just kind of absorb that as they're taking that in as they read. Because when someone is reading your book, they are letting you into that inner sanctum. And I know for me, people that I have read, really, I would say impactful books that I have read, I would put those people in those moments where I've really connected with those books in that inner circle in my life. And that's a lot of the reason that I am who I am today, is because of so many wonderful books that I have been privileged to read. So that's just what I wanted to share with you, is something I'm learning along the way of this journey in this writers conference. And I will be in this writers conference the rest of this week, so don't be surprised if I post some more. I hope you've enjoyed this. Writing is such a heart and spirit battle, as well as a battle of the mind and the will. That's why not everybody does it. And I think specifically with Memoir, it is a heart battle, because although there's a variety of kinds of memoirs out there, the kind I'm writing is specifically around a lot of traumatic incidents. And you do need to have done your work to be able to do that well, so that you're not crying, crumbling in a heap, or writing out of anger or self-pity or self-justification or anything like that, but just to write, to give a gift to the world. My life has been a gift. My story's been a gift. I've been able to become who I am because of the things I've been through, and I'm so grateful for that. So to be able to write at that level is what I'm looking for, so that I can help other people and have that be a gift. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you are writing and you are on a journey or looking to be on a journey like this, then subscribe or drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Take care and happy writing.